Driving in Thailand can be incredible. It's given me a lot of opportunities, I think, to see places that tourists don't usually see, but it can be unpredictable. And I found out this firsthand on a morning trip for coffee, which ended up turning into an unexpected trip to the hospital. And I come back to this shortly. When I first arrived in Thailand, I flew into Bangkok. And on my first morning, I took one look at the roads and I said to myself, I'm not driving in that. But fast forward 3 weeks, and I don't know if it was the less slightly chaotic roads up in Chiang Mai, or the fact that I've been on enough motorbike taxis to feel somewhat comfortable in those driving conditions. I made the decision to get a rental car and go for a road trip. I got to see places like Thai village, which is a border village right on the border of Thailand and Myanmar. It's actually really unique. It's got a lot of Chinese influence, and they speak multiple languages up there, not even just Thai. I went south to Wang Ching province, where I got caught in the middle of a border smuggling operation. I've only got a car license back in Australia. So even though they didn't ask for a license when I rented the car, I was still legally able to drive a car if I got pulled over, because I had a car license in Australia and I purchased an international license as well before I left. However, if I rented a motorbike and I got pulled over or I had an accident, I'd have got done for not having a license, and insurance wouldn't cover me because I've not got a motorbike license. So before I left Chiang Mai, I ended up doing my Thai motorbike license. So when I got down to Phuket, I decided to rent a scooter. I drove all around Phuket Island, which has been absolutely amazing. So beautiful, so many different places to go. And it's been really nice having that sort of freedom to just jump on the bike and cruise around and see anywhere I want. Coming to Phuket and driving on the scooter was the first time that I got pulled over by the police. And I've been pulled over a couple of times now, not for doing anything wrong, but just getting pulled over at a general safety check at the side of the road. Most of the time, most of the people in there look like foreigners. They're all driving scooters. Two things that have helped me come out of there with no tickets, and usually I'm the quickest one in and out of there as well. Usually I'm leaving and everybody else is still pissing around, making phone calls, looking at the phone. I've gotten out of there quickly because, one, I've got the helmet on, so they can't do me for not having a helmet. Even though everybody drives without them over here, it is actually still a legal requirement and you can get fined for it. The second thing is I've got the Thai scooter license or Thai motorbike license. So as soon as I pull that out and they see I've got a valid license, they let me go. You can drive over here with a foreign license as long as you've got an international license. But it's a funny one because you can rent a scooter, you can even rent a car over here, and they don't even ask you for a license. They don't care. But the thing is, if you get pulled over at a safety check and they ask for it, you have to produce it. And if you've not got it, then you will get fined. That went really well for 3 weeks, up until the morning trip for coffee that I mentioned at the start of the video. So what happened, I've gone up and down this road multiple times, pretty much every day for the past 3 weeks, and it's been absolutely fine. It's a hill that bears to the left as you go down it. And I was coming down, I had a passenger on the back, and I noticed there was it looked like just a water trail going around the corner. And I was going to try and avoid it by going onto the right-hand side of the road. But obviously, there ended up being oncoming traffic, so I had to come back across. And it turned out not to be water. It turned out to be oil, and it was a lot of oil. It looked like a truck had dumped its oil sump onto the road. And as soon as I hit it, I just felt the bike start drifting around the corner as we were going down the hill. And it was like being on ice. And there was just nothing I could do about it. It didn't get its grip back at any point, and the bike ended up coming out from underneath us. We ended up sliding down the road. Luckily, we weren't going quickly. I was probably doing about 20 k's an hour. But I was fine. I got up and checked myself over, and when I turned around, the passenger was not fine. She ended up hitting her head on the way down. Straight away, she was confused. She couldn't stand up. She had no recollection of what had just happened. And then pretty much straight away, she started being sick, which is all like textbook signs of a quite serious concussion. So we phoned the ambulance, and actually, lucky enough, there was a massage parlour on the other side of the road, and as soon as they saw what happened, all the girls came running over. They actually picked the bike up while I carried the passenger over to the other side of the road and sat her down on the chairs outside the massage parlour. They were really helpful. Obviously, I don't speak Thai, so they called the ambulance. When the ambulance came, they checked her over, and they wanted her to go to hospital just to get some scans. So what we did was the ambulance checked her over. We then went back to the accommodation. She checked her insurance just to make sure which place she could go to be covered, and then went to that one, got the scans, and thankfully everything was all right. There was nothing more serious like internal brain bleeding and stuff like that. And if you're wondering how the rental bike went, I actually took it really well. Somehow, when we were sliding down the road, it was sliding down on its left-hand side. It's got two kickstands. One's a side kickstand, and then there's a main one down the middle of it. Somehow it grinded down the side of the road on them two parts of the kickstand on the left-hand side of the bike, and then a little bit on the left-hand handlebar and brake lever. So there's a couple of little scratches on the handles, which I was able to touch up. It was absolutely nothing. But one of the kickstands, the side kickstand had bent. So when you put the kickstand down and lean the bike, it lent like another 50%. And obviously when it's lined up next to all the bikes that are the same model, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So I took it to a local mechanic. He was actually in the middle of doing something. I told him what the issue was. He stopped what he was doing. He took the kickstand off, went away, came back, had straightened it out, and they reinstalled it, and it was absolutely fine. I didn't need a new kickstand or anything like that. And do you know what he charged me? He charged me 80 baht. I don't know, it's like $3.50. Like I just gave him 100 baht, which is, I don't like a fiver. But it was just funny because I know what it would be like to get something like that done in Australia. They'd be like, no, mate, you know, I've booked out for the next few weeks, you know, I can't fit you in or whatever. They probably wouldn't have even rebent it. They probably would have charged you for a new one. It was just really easy to get it done, which was nice. It didn't cost me a fortune, and I took the rental bike back. They looked it over. They were absolutely fine with it, and I got my 3,000 baht deposit back. So if you're thinking of coming to Thailand and renting a scooter or a car, I hope you found a little bit of value in the experience that I've had, things to do and not to do. But don't be put off by it, it's absolutely fine. And drive to your abilities as well. Some of the roads over here, especially the ones winding through the hills, can be a little bit cheeky, can be easy to overextend yourself. So just be careful and enjoy your trip when you do come here. See you on the next one.